Today we're playing Thunder Rolls, designed by Richard Lanius. I've got the first race set up and ready to go. Today's race is going to be the BCon-400. It's the starter race they recommend. The only special rule to remember is when you do a crossover, each time you perform a crossover, you move one space. So let's get started. Oh, let me introduce the two player characters. We have Frank, who's our red team, and Sylvia, who is our purple team. And then we have 6 non-player drivers, 4 of which are experienced drivers, and then we have a couple rookies. Okay, we're all set. We're ready to go. So starting off, Frank has won the pole position, and Sylvia is near the rear, but she does have a special qualification bonus that she can use once. But here we are, set up. Frank is the red car, Sylvia is the purple car in the back, 7th place. Well, let's get started. So Frank starts off rolling his 8 dice, and he gets a 5. You break these into groups. There's 5. We have 2 4s, and we got a couple 3s, 2s, and a 1. So we'll take the 5. This is Frank. Puts it in the first position of the action card highline, which is drafting. Goes in the first position. And drafting, he gets to move 1, but he pulls everybody behind him, like so. And today I'm going to play the rules where you stay, the player characters and the non-player drivers will try to stay in that groove, the worn area in the track. I'll try to remember to do that. I'm not going to do it 100%, but that's the preference right now. All right, it was reds. Let's go to purple. I have to clear out red's dice. Purple, like I said, who is in last place? Well, I got I got 3 5s, 2 4s, and 3 3s. Well, don't want to waste all the 5s early, because every time you put a set onto the card, you get to do the card. So if you put 3 5s, well, then that's taking up 3 returns in one shot. So let's not do that. The 2 4s, that might be a good deal, just to let him, or let her, Sylvia, capture card 4. Maybe ensure that he'll get the number 5 card there. But gets to move 1, and then retrieve dice from any action. But this being her first dice, she's not going to retrieve anything. She'll move 1, take the inside lane, and she does get a crew chief card since she didn't recover a dice. So we'll put that down here with her other clean air card. That's only used during the thunder phase. So that's it for the player characters. We'll move on into the non-player characters, non-player drivers. First, for yellow, we'll pick a die unit here, 2 4s. So we'll put that underneath Sylvia's 2 4s. Draw a card for yellow. And draft is the first option. Yellow can draft. Well, yellow will draft. He'll draft to the front. It has the option to the front or the back. But he'll just draft to the front and move everybody along 1 space. That was the draft. We'll move on to blue. Burt Bumper Parker gets 2 5s. Well, that pushes Frank down 1. And the non-player driver card is side draft, if he can do so. And that's team blue. Yeah, blue can side draft. He'll shove green back one and advance one. Let's go on to green. Green, position 1. The non-player driver card says also a draft. Green can draft, but green has no one to draft. So just move one back into line. Back into the long line. Let's go to white. White takes up the 3rd position of the draft. Gets the crossover. Now remember, when we have a crossover, you get an extra space. But can white do the crossover? Well, sure. White will cross over. And the track rule says when you cross over, each time you perform a crossover, you move one space. So white will move in to the lead. Now we'll take team black. Team black takes up the 2nd position of the pit row. And rolling phase gets to go 3. Can black go 3? It's going to have to take the inside. 1, back to the outside. 2, 3. Choices are here or here. I'll go ahead and take the inside this time. All right. Orange takes up 1st position of the groove. And I guess the helmet. Helmet means you go to the driver's card and see what they can do. Side draft. Can orange do a side draft? Well, yeah, to a good effect, because that means he's going to push yellow back, which pushes all 3 cars back, and then orange moves on. So orange now 4th place, 3rd place actually. So I'll move back to red. Since that's all the non-player drivers, red's up. And red gets a 6. Red, who's could use the 6, we'll take it. 2nd position there, gets to move 2. 1, 2, has to take the outside track, but still, it's good enough for 2nd place at the moment. Clean up red's dice. Purple, Sylvia. Sylvia gets 4 6s. Well, that's not going to work. She gets yet another 4, and then a 2. Well, she's going to take the 2, put it over here, and claim that 1st position. Now she can do a crossover. This is purple. There's no one to cross over or side draft, so she'll just do the move 1. She'll move 1 inside a little bit there. Move 1. Clean up her dice. Back to the non-player drivers. Yellow takes up priority 2 there and gets a rolling phase. Move 1. Not much. Okay, move 1. Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to duck inside this line right there. All right, so let's go to team blue. Gets a 4, takes up the 3rd position there. And side draft. Team blue cannot do a side draft, but the 2nd choice is to do what they can, what their expert ability is here, and it's a crossover. Blue can't do the crossover because no one's ahead of blue. So the next choice is to move 1, draft 1, I guess that is. 1, then draft. I think that's what it means. We're going to say it moves 1, then draft. Well, there's no one to draft. So we move on to team green. Another 2 fills up the 3rd position for the crossover. All right, use green's ability here. Green, well, their ability is just to move one. They're just a rookie. Nothing special. They'll move one. Going on to Team White. Team White, ooh, double sixes. Pushes Frank down to third position, third priority. Move one. White gets to move one. White's in the lead. Moves out a little bit further. Keeps the lead. Team Black takes up priority one position there. Also, oh wait, we got a Black has the helmet. Can Black do the crossover? Black, no, he's in the lead. Draft and then move one. All right, so Black's going to draft the car behind him. And a move one, Black can't move one because there's no diagonal, there's no front. What he has to do, he's going to have to push White. Now, these are both non-player drivers, so they don't take, that would be normally a risk roll, but they don't take risk. Excuse me, they take the risk without any penalty potential. So that was Black. Orange, our last non-player driver die roll is a 3. And the card, crossover. Can Orange do a crossover? Orange is all by himself, cannot, so Orange will just move one. Continue that line there. All right, that's in round 2. Let's go back to Red. Red has 6 dice. Let's just roll them right here. Look at all the 6s. Not going to be good. Nope. Has the 4. Red's not on the board. That won't put him on the board, but if he gets another 4 later, it would. Let's see. Or the 2. Same thing with the 2. It won't let him get on the board. I'll tell you, we'll take the 4 and put it down here for later use. Move 1. We'll move 1. Well, first let's check these dice down here. Scoring interlude. Okay, that doesn't apply to the rolling phase. So it's moved 1, and Team 4, you get another crew chief card. So maybe this will be of some benefit. Those cards were for purple anyway. All right, they have a card. After placing dice on pit stop move. Oh, okay. So they need to get that pit stop to get extra space. That's red. Let's go to purple. Purple has 1 6. They don't have a 6 yet. It's good to get on the board. Potentially grab one of those bonus cards. A 4. They already have 4s lined up. The 2 3s would give them the low line, and right now I guarantee them that 6. So let's take the 2 3s. Let's put them on the low line here. I'm pushing those down a little bit. They get to do a crossover. Now this is purple. Our purple does have a chance to do a crossover. Plus, the track rule, they get to go 1 extra. Take them outside there. And then, well, that's it. No, that's not that. Oh no, I think I got the wrong one. I put them in the 3. That wasn't the crossover. So let's back that up a little bit. 2 3s or the 2 4s. Which one did I just put down? Let's see here. I think I didn't put the 2 3s. They move 1. But, okay, to move 1, they just move on the inside here. There we go. Back to the non-player drivers. There are no more die rolls. We're just into the cards. So yellow gets to move 2. 1 2 puts yellow in 5th place. Team blue gets to draft twice. Team blue is all alone, doesn't need to draft twice, but still moves 1. Team green draft. No drafting, but we'll move in behind that group of cars there. Go to Team White. Team White gets the helmet, so they can either side draft, which is not an option, or they move 2, which is good. So they'll move 2. I'll take the outside track, outside lane. Now it's Team Black. Black gets to do a crossover. Black has got nobody in front of them, so they just move 1. Black is now in second place. Let's go to Team Orange. Gets the helmet. Team Orange's helmet ability is side draft. There's nobody there to do a side draft with, so they just move 1. So we'll move 1 in here behind, move Orange in behind Black. That's end of round 3. Let's go back to Red. Red's down to 5 dice. They got a 6. They have dice on 6, 5, and 4. There's a 6, 2 5s, a 3. They could use the 3. Won't put them on the board, but the pit stop is pretty handy. So we're actually going to let them do the pit stop. Let them grab that 3rd position on the pit stop. Protects them from getting a hazard and red flag later. But unfortunately, I don't get the move unless they have something down here. After placing down the pit stop, move 1. Excuse me. So let's discard that. And they do get to move 1 after all. All right, so they're down to 4 dice. Purple's at 3 already, but they've gotten a couple locked in positions at the moment. 2 6s and a 1. Well, I'll tell you, I think they're going to go ahead and take their pit stop also, just to get that completed. Meanwhile, Red, I didn't flip their card. I'm not sure if I had flipped it earlier, but they both are on the good tire side. So Purple's done, down to 2 dice, but they're both protected from red flags from the pit stop, not having a pit stop. Let's go on to Team Yellow. Team Yellow can draft. Yes, they can draft. So they'll pull in that car behind them. They only draft 1. When they're pulling from behind, they only take the 1 car. Okay, that was Yellow. Let's go to Blue. Let me shuffle these up a little bit. And we'll do Blue. Blue can also draft. There's no one ahead of Blue, so the drafting was not an option. The helmet says to do a crossover. There's no one to cross over, so they move 1 and they can draft. Well, they just move 1 and they move into, I guess that's 6th place. All right, let's do green team. Green team. 2 drafts. There's no one to draft, so they just move 1. 8th place. Team White. Team White can draft. Well, Team White is our current leader. They don't need to draft. They just move 1. Team Black. Team Black, 2nd place. Team Black's helmet, they can cross over. There's nobody in front of them. They can draft. Yes, they can draft. They'll pull the orange car along, and then they get to move 1. They'll move in behind the leader. All right, let's do Team Orange, who's in 3rd place. Team Orange can draft. There's no one to draft. They use the helmet ability, which is to side draft. That's not an option. So Tex just moves 1. So here's our leader group right here. Our player character, Frank, 4th place. It's Frank's turn. Frank's got 4 dice. 2 4s, a 2 and a 1. Well, if they take 2 4s, they can claim the crew chief priority. They move into, since they already have 1 here, they give them 3, so they'll take over the first slot. The 2, they don't have a 2, so that's good. They already have the 1. So let's tell you what, we're going to give them the 2. They don't, oh, wait a minute. It's filled up. They don't get the position there. So, well, I don't know if I want to burn 2 4s. I'm definitely not going to do the pit stop again. So we'll go ahead and do what they're going to do. They're going to re-roll. This is Frank's team. We'll just re-roll those dice. Maybe we'll get something better. They got a 6 and a 5. It's kind of the same. 6 will let them move up. A 5 will solidify their second place. We'll take the 6. Oh, excuse me, they have a 3 and a 2. Well, we'll take the 6. Put the 6 right here. Puts them in the second place. And they can move 2, 1, and they'll dip down inside. That puts them in second place. Frank is now moved up to second place. Purple is in second to last place. Oh, look at that snake eyes. Well, they're definitely just going to re-roll that. Let's see what they can get. Try again. A 4 and a 6. Well, they don't have. They're not on the board on a 6. They need another one. 4. They already got locked in. We'll take the 6. Doesn't get them on the priority, but does allow them to move 2, 1, 2. Back to the non-player drivers. Team Yellow, who's in 6th place. 6th place can do a crossover. Yes, they can do a crossover. They can cross over Sylvia, plus when you do a crossover, you get an extra spot. Moves them into 5th place. Now, Bert, who's in next to last, gets to move 1. We'll squeeze into that line there. So that's kind of like the second group forming there. Green, last place for green. They can take their 1. Completes that line. I got 4 there and 4 up here. Team White, the leader. Team White can do a crossover. They're in the lead, so they don't need to do the crossover. They'll just move 1. So trying to pull apart there. Next we have Team Black, who's our second place. Oh, they get to move 3. Big move by the black team. 1, 2, 3. Ace Stroker into the lead. Finally, Team Orange, currently in 4th place, 4th position, gets to move 1. Move 1 right here. Well, we'll move 1 here just to get a drafting potential going. Let's go back to red. Frank is in 4th place. Not by much. A 6 and 2 5s. Well, 6 and 2 5s. They got all that locked up, but they got it. There's no more re-rolls available. So they don't want to use burn 2 dice, so they'll just take the 6. Add to the list. That puts them into first priority. Well, that's just nice. That's nice. And they get to move 2 again. Well, we'll move him, Frank, in behind this leader line. Purple. The last die for purple. Rolls a 2. Purple can cross over and then move 1. Well, when they cross over, they automatically get to move 1 because of the track rules. So the move 1, that means they're going to have to push yellow. Now that's a potential spin out. So we have to roll a dice for purple and yellow, and if they roll the same number, then they spin out. So we'll just use these two purple ones for right now. 2, 5. Okay, so it wasn't a spin out. But purple pushes yellow again for his other move. Because due to crossover, it gave him one move, plus he gets to move one more. So let's try another risk roll. 3 and a 5. Pass. So there we go. So that line is getting longer. First 6 positions. Let's move into yellow. Yellow, who's in 5th place. Team yellow. Draft. Yellow will draft the car ahead of it. Stays in 4th place. Team blue's in 7th place. Team blue cannot do a crossover, so they'll just take the 1. They're going to take the inside track. There's no penalty in this BCon-400 for being on the inside track, so they're just going to take that one. Maybe shave off a spot or 2 here. Green. Team green gets to use their helmet, but that's just to move 1. Green will say, I'll take the inside track behind blue. Inside lane. I keep saying that wrong. Team white. Team white. Can Team white do a side draft? There's no one next to white, so he just moves 1, which puts him in the lead. Neck and neck with black. But it's black's turn. Black can do a crossover. Well, black's already in the lead, so black just goes 1. He'll pull in ahead of white. Back and forth they go. Orange. Orange gets to move 2. What a race this is. 1. I tell you, orange is going to go on the inside to take 2nd place over white. Back to our player. Oh, wait a minute. That was the last. Purple is out of dice. So the non-player drivers are now complete. So it's just red to finish up. 2 1s for red. They're going to re-roll those dice. I feel like I've already done that, but that might have been before. 2 6s. Well, that was quick. The 2 6s for red pile into here, and they get to move 2. Well, we'll just move 2. So that's our leaders right there. Black's in the lead based on the inside track. Orange is 2nd, white is 3rd, and red is 4th. Okay. Next comes the action space resolutions. Both red and purple have pit stops, so there's no penalty there, no hazards given out. Red is in 3rd position, so red gets the 3rd best card in here. So if we look at these 3 cards here, we've got a 6, a 4, and a 4. All right, well, really I think that's a good card. Red will take the 3rd card here. So red gets his first thunder card. Going to the crossover side draft. Well, purple, we were rolling those dice, but purple gets the first choice here. So we got a 3, a 5, and a 4. So we'll give purple the 5. That's their first card. Moving on to action 3, the low line. Purple gets this card. I'm sure it's that 6. Purple gets the 2nd thunder card. Their 2nd thunder card. But also, if there had been someone on this action space that was not in the top 3, they'd get to move 2, but there was no one there. Purple has scored this card also. First pick scores another 5. Red left out in the cold. In the draft, well, red does get 2nd pick here. There's a 6. Can we get another 6 in here? No, we'll take the 4. So 4 goes to red. That's 2 thunder rolls here. They got 3 thunder rolls. And The last one, well, red dominated there. Red gets the best one out here. And we're going to take the wrecker or checker just in case there's close. Purple doesn't get anything. So that is the resolution. So how many cards does he only has 3? Well, we'll have to supplement that with a speed card. Purple has 3. Because you have to have 4 cards going into the thunder phase. Give them 1 more. Let's check out red's cards. Figure out what their hand's going to be. Pay attention to like the checkered flags, the green flags, because you want to match those up. So we know we want to match these 2 up. So what we'll do is we'll just do it this way. And now purple. What? Oh, I forgot. Almost forgot. They have 2 exclamations. That's 2 chances for a hazard. If they roll a 1 on these 2 dice, they get a hazard. A 2 and a 3. No hazard for red. Purple. Speed of a 1, 5, 6, and 5. Let's see what they can do with these. These are good cards in that they're going to have 2 bonuses. Let's move these out of the way for a moment. Let's see here. We'll put that one there. Oh, we'll put this one here. So they have 2 perfect line bonuses. When they match up these flags, see how these match up, those match up, that's a perfect line bonus. They also have 2 potential hazards. We roll 2 6-sided, no 1s. If there's a 1, there's a hazard, so there we go. The leader, as far as the player, is red. So red gets to go first. Red moves 5. Red moves 5. Of course, that's going to put them in the lead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move on down the inside. So at the moment, red is in the lead. Moving on to purple. Purple. Also, I didn't mention wrecker or checker. I'll tell you what. Here's the deal with wrecker or checker. It's not in the rule book, but if you look online, you'll see that they can pick how many more they want to move. I'm going to say they're going to, since they're in the lead, I'm just going to risk 1. They can't fail the 1, so I gives them just 1 extra spot. So we'll move 1 extra. Purple gets to go 5. Purple is way near the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now they have working the pack, so that means they can automatically switch positions for the car as they approach him. So he's going to switch with orange for his 5th position. So purple moves up into like 3rd place. All right, now let's get into the non-player drivers. Starting off with Team Yellow, who is in 6th place. Now they get to use both of these. So Team Yellow first goes 4. Team Yellow goes 4. That means they're going to be pushed to the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. But then they can take their helmet ability, which is crossover. There's no crossovering allowed. I mean, there's nobody ahead of them. And then they can do side draft. Well, I'm not sure about these side drafts. I just made my own home rule that I only do side drafts when they're on the straightaway, when they're in the curves, because it says when they're in a section. Well, then, you know, what section? If you're here and do a side draft, what section do you do? Do you get to pick? I'm just going to say no. He'll just move the 1 without moving the other cars back. So let's do Team Blue. Team Blue is in 6th place. Thunder phase is 5. Put these in the right stacks. Team Blue moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to move up into that stack. All right, now it's green. I gotta shuffle these cards. Move them over here. Get my shuffle. Team Green, Chase gets to move 4. They're in last place. So moving them 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they have the helmet ability, which is to move an extra 1. So here's the longer line. We'll put them right behind these cars here. Team White, Thunder phase is 4. White can barely squeeze through there. 1, 2, 3, 4. White moves up in the 1st place, right next to Frank. Frank's not doing too bad. Let's see if he can hold on. Team Black goes 4. Team Black, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, Team Black, side by side, approaching the end of lap 1. And Team Orange gets a 5. Team Orange gets a 5. It's going to have to sneak through there. 1. He's going to take the inside track just to try to catch up. 2, 3, 4. And he's got 1 left. He's going to push Black into the lead. There we go. And there's no risk rolls for non-player drivers. Okay, round 2 of the Thunder phase is Red. Red gets to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And because it is the wrecker or checker, we're just going to go ahead and give him one extra. Move him 1 extra. Again, if you pick 2 extra, I'd roll the dice. If I don't roll a 1 or if I roll above a 2, that he'd move back. It's either he'd move back the 2 plus 3. It's just a rough rule. I'm not going to do it at this point. Take those risks. Purple. Purple would get clean air if there's no one ahead of him by 2, which is the case. So moving 1 with clean air lets him move 3. 1, 2, 3. Closing in. Probably not very long, much longer though. Team Yellow, currently in 5th place, gets to cross over. There's no one to cross over, no one to side draft, so they just go 3. One, 2, 3, I think right there. Well, they'll draft the white car. Get it behind the white car anyway. Team Blue can go 4, and then we'll see how they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're in like 5th. They're in 7th place. They are in 7th place, so they can move 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now red and blue have finished their first laps. So let's go ahead and mark those. Red and blue have finished the first lap. And let's go to Team Green. Team Green's in last place. Team Green goes 3 and then 1. So 1, 2, I'll take the inside track, move 4. Inside lane. Team White can do a side draft. Yes, Team White will side draft. These 3 cars will have to back up. White moves forward. That was the side draft. plus they get to move 2. 1, 2, and then let's see. Then they move 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll tell you what, instead of taking the outside track like I did, I'll take the inside track and move 3. Then Team Black can draft and then move 4. Team Black's by himself, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Team Orange move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, well, 4, 5, 6. And that's it for that round. We'll go to round 3. The leaders, White's out in front, Black's second, Frank's in third. Unfortunately, Frank can do a side draft, but we're not on a curve. I don't do that side draft on a curve, so he just moves 1. So Frank just gets to go 1. Stays in third place. Purple, Sylvia can go 5, and also side draft. She's on a curve, so I'll just let her move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not bad. Moves up in 4th place. Getting to the non-player drivers. Yellow is currently in 7th place. Can move 4 and then potentially cross over. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not going to do the crossover, but how about a side draft 1? Yes, they can do the side draft. Push purple back 1, and they move 1. Time for Team Blue. Team Blue moves 5. Team Blue moves 5. It's getting kind of congested up there. They're going to have to push. But I tell you, they're going to play 1, 2, and they're going to push these 3. This is their 3rd turn. Then they break 3, break 4 and 5. So Blue moves into 2nd place. Now Green's in the very back here. Green goes 3. 1, 2, 3. Team White can go side draft. No one's a side draft, so they just go 3. They are our current leaders. 3. Team Black, who's 3rd place, can move 5, then potentially do a crossover. Well, Black's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no crossover for Black. There's no draft, but he can move, so that's it. Team Orange moves 3. 1, 2, 3. Orange moves up into 4th place. All right, final turn, final round. Red, who has clean air because there's nobody 2 in front of him, can go 4 plus 2 is 6. So how are we going to do that? Okay, well, we'll do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just put them right there. And purple gets to go 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put them right here. All right, yellow. It's their last non-player driver's turn. Yellow can go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Team Blue 6. Again, it's getting congested. Just get quite a race here. think he's going to have to take the outside track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Puts him, I guess that puts him tied for second. Green can move 1 and then go 6. That means a total of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Green actually moved up pretty well. And next would be white, black. So a couple of our leader cars are about to move. Final turn. White goes 6. White, oh, look at this. If white goes outside, I have to push that one. So might as well push, let's push Frank. 1. Oh, but now Frank has to roll risk roll. If I roll doubles, it's a spin out. I roll doubles, it's spin out. Frank goes back 2. White goes back 2. That was the first move. He still has 5 more to make. Well, what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because Frank was here, he spun out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. A little excitement there. Unfortunately, Frank could have been in a good position, but they spun out. This is black. Black goes 4. Potentially could cross over or draft. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, excuse me, that's blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Black goes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Black's almost at the finish line. It doesn't matter. It looks like he's in the lead. But you can draft 1. There's nothing to draft. Team Orange, the last car to go. Team Orange can do side draft. There's no one to side draft. Team Orange goes 3. 1, 2, 3. And there you have it. That's the end of the Thunder phase. Now we do check out the slipstream, see if there's any final bonuses. Only affects the player characters. Red has 2. Frank gets to move 2 extra spaces because of these matching flags. 1, 2. Well, right now Frank's in 3rd place. Purple. 1 set of flags, that's 2. 2 sets of flags. Purple gets to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Purple, right behind, Sylvia's right behind Frank. And that's the final position. So if we were scoring this, black would get 12 points, the white car would get 10, Frank would get 9, Sylvia would get 8, blue 7, orange 7, and so forth. Well, there you go. That is Thunder Rolls. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.